Okay, so I want to talk about a word that the Pre-Trib Raptures people, I won't call them Christians, at most I'll call them pagan Christians, that they want to appropriate, and I agree with them, they should appropriate it because it applies to them. And that's the word apostasy. I'm not joking. Jimmy Swaggart, Dr. Thomas Ice, and others are arguing that the word apostate in Paul's writing to the Thessalonians refers to the rapture, not an apostasy. But the pre-trib rapture is an apostasy. And that's why they're being deluded into try to convince themselves to take that word on. Because God is making them confess what they are. So that we who are true believers, when we hear it, we should be scared of them. If we hear a Christian saying, oh, apostasy doesn't mean apostasy, it's something good, run away. Run away as fast as you can. Now, I'm going to talk about 3 words today. This is a brief video, so hang in there. 3 words. And I'm just going to talk about the English side of it, although the Greek words are where the meaning comes from. And that's apostate. That's someone who has apostatized in an apostasy. Okay? Apostasy is an event. Apostatize is the verb. And apostate is the person. So I'm going to talk about an apostate. That's the person. And then I'm going to talk about an apostle, which both of those come from the same roots, but the words themselves are different. The final product of that combination of the roots is 2 different words, and they mean opposite things. Okay? But I'm also going to talk about holy, because somehow we've gotten confused about what holy means, and we've taken the meaning for apostle and put it into holy, which, of course, the apostate church is the one who's done that to confuse the matter. They've taught that holy means set aside or set apart for the Lord. It doesn't at all in any sense mean that. Holy literally means terrifyingly clean. That's what it means. And that literal meaning makes complete sense in every single case. I know. I've studied it. Terrifyingly clean. When you hear the word saint, that is a holy one. It's the same word as holy, but for the person. And the holy person is in English called the saint. That's what saint means, from sanctify. And sanctify means to be completely clean. So the terrifying part comes in as well through the Greek roots. So you've got terrifyingly clean. You're so clean that you terrify people. They're afraid of you. They don't want to be around you. They're afraid they're not going to be able to have fun. They're afraid you're going to convict them. They're afraid of something, that God's going to show up because he likes you more than them, and then they're going to be convicted by him or judged or struck down with lightning. Who knows what they're thinking? But they're terrified. So that's holy. All right? Holy means terrifyingly clean, not set apart. It doesn't mean that. Apostle, it comes from apohistemi. Apo means from off of, and histemi means to stand. Stand off from. And apostate comes from the same roots, apohistemi. But the result is a different word. And so for apostate, they're someone who is standing themselves off, or who are being distinguished based on their belief and actions, to be stood off from the truth. Whereas the apostle is being set aside by God for special purpose. So that's what we hear in the apostate churches as the meaning of holy, but it isn't. Everyone is called to be holy. Everyone. Read Peter. He quotes the Old Testament where God says, be holy because I am holy. He doesn't say that just to the apostles. It's not set apart. It's terrifyingly clean. Be terrifyingly clean because I am terrifyingly clean. I don't want even a shadow of darkness in you, as John says in 1 John 1, 5 and 7, he says, God is light and in him there's no darkness at all. If we walk in the light as he is in the light with no darkness at all, be terrifyingly clean as I am terrifyingly clean. That's holy. Now the apostle is set apart by God, distinguished by God for a special purpose, for his purposes, special purposes. Whereas an apostate distinguishes himself off from everyone else by his rejection of the truth and embracing of lies. So there are two opposite meanings of standing off from. And Dr. Thomas Ice, I don't know if he's a real doctor or not, probably is, from one of the apostate universities, who knows. Dr. Thomas Ice and Jimmy Swaggart, at least, I've heard of others, but I don't remember who they are. But those two, I remember the names. They argue that that word apostasy is the great standing off from. Well, yeah, because you are rejecting the truth and embracing a lie. That's what's causing you to go off from the truth. Apostasy has always had a negative connotation. Apostle is the positive connotation. Otherwise, if they mean the same thing, then an apostate is an apostle. And so you're calling evil good and good evil. And you make no distinction between good and evil. So now you know. So anyone who preaches a pre-trib rapture, you've got to run away from. Run away as quickly as possible, because they will throw you into confusion and make you start calling what is good evil and evil good. Stay with those who preach the truth of Jesus Christ. May the Lord bless you as you seek him with all your heart.